You see them everywhere. Red carpets, magazine covers, leading roles in blockbuster films. Their last names? Familiar. Too familiar. Coppola, Depp, Barrymore, Phoenix, Hemsworth, Cyrus. But here's the question no one wants to ask out loud. Did they actually earn it? Or did Daddy's Oscar nomination or Mommy's box office power hand them the keys to Hollywood? Welcome, truth seekers. You're about to enter the messy, glittery, totally unfair world of Nepo Babies. And today, we're pulling back the velvet curtain. No PR spin, no studio fluff. Just the real story, the names, the numbers, the scandals, and the brutal truth. Are they ruining Hollywood? Or are they just lucky? Let's find out. Look, if you've scrolled through Twitter, Instagram, or even your cousin's group chat lately, you've seen the term Nepo Baby. It's everywhere, from TikTok breakdowns to think pieces in the New York Times. And yeah, it's become a meme, a punchline, a weapon. But behind the jokes, there's real tension, real inequality, real frustration. Because while some young actors grind for years in coffee shops and auditions, others, they're handed the keys to a Marvel movie before their first driver's license. So in this video, we're diving deep. We'll name the biggest Nepo babies in Hollywood right now and how they got their start. We'll expose the system that keeps them on top. We'll ask, is nepotism always bad? Or is Hollywood just honest about it? And most importantly, we'll reveal who's actually earned their fame, despite the family name. This isn't hate, this is context. And by the end, you'll never look at Hollywood the same way again. Ready? Let's go. First, let's define our terms. A Nepo baby, short for nepotism baby, is someone in entertainment, or really any industry, who got their start or their big break because of their famous parent. Not talent, not luck, not grinding in regional theater. Connections, last names, family dinners with directors. Now, technically, nepotism isn't illegal. It's not even new. Shakespeare's kids didn't become playwrights? Probably not. But in 2025, it's, well, glaring. Especially when you compare resumes. Take Maude Apatow, daughter of Judd Apatow and Leslie Mann. Her first major role? At 13 in her dad's movie Knocked Up. Cute, right? But by 22, she's starring in HBO's Euphoria, one of the biggest TV shows on the planet. Was she perfect for the role? Maybe. But ask yourself, would she have been cast if her last name was Thompson? And then there's Brooklyn Beckham, son of global icons David and Victoria Beckham. He tried modeling, photography, cooking. Now, he's a chef with a cookbook. Let's be real. If his meme was Brooklyn Smith, that book's collecting dust at Barnes & Noble. But here's the twist. Not all Nepo babies are untalented. Some, they're actually, well, really good. Not every Nepo baby is created equal. In fact, I break them down into 3 categories. Let's meet them. The gifted. They had the name, but also the talent. These are the ones who make you say, okay, fine, they earned it. Maya Hawke, daughter of Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke, started with indie films, worked her way up, then Stranger Things. Boom! No one's saying she got that role because of mom and dad. She nailed the audition. Same with Sofia Coppola. Yeah, daughter of Francis Ford Coppola, but she didn't ride his coattails. She made Lost in Translation, won Best Original Screenplay at the Oscars. She didn't ask for the throne, she built her own damn castle. Grift, the pushed. They're here, but should they be? Then you've got the ones who got shoved into the spotlight and stayed there. Jaden Smith. Yes, insanely famous parents. Will and Jada. He's got charm, he's got style, but let's be honest, his acting? After Earth? Oof. He's been in the game since he was a kid, but has he ever truly earned a lead role? Or just occupied it? Miley Cyrus. Actually, scratch that. She grinds, she reinvents, she earns her headlines, but someone like Ireland Baldwin, model, actress, reality TV, but with few standout performances. You have to wonder, would she be working this much without Alec and Kim Bossinger's DNA? Ghosted. Famous last name, zero spotlight. And then, the quiet ones. The ones with legendary parents, but you've never heard of them. Why? Because they didn't want it. Or Hollywood didn't want them. Rumer Willis, daughter of Bruce Willis and Demi Moore, she's been acting since she was 17. Has she had a breakout role? Not really. She competed on Dancing with the Stars. She does theater. She's working. But the industry didn't hand her anything. That's the thing. Nepotism isn't a guaranteed golden ticket. Sometimes it's just a backstage pass. You still gotta perform. So, is nepotism unfair? Absolutely. But is it the reason someone fails or succeeds? Not always. Which leads us to the real villain here. Let's stop blaming the kids for a second. The real problem? The system. Hollywood runs on risk aversion. Studios don't want to lose money, so they cast safe bets. And what's safer than a famous last name? Think about it. Casting Maya Hawke? Low risk. Her parents have relationships. She's media trained since birth. She won't melt down on set. Casting a total unknown? High risk. What if they can't handle press? What if they're awkward in interviews? What if they aren't photogenic enough? And let's not forget the invisible advantages. Nepo babies grow up on sets. They know agents by first name. They've been in acting classes since kindergarten. Their parents fund their first short films. Their family friends, they're directors, producers, casting agents. Meanwhile, an aspiring actor in Iowa is emailing 200 casting directors and getting 200 thanks but no thanks. It's not just about getting the role. It's about access, opportunity, networks. And that's the real inequality. But here's the thing. Hollywood didn't invent this. They just perfected it. Fashion, politics, finance, music. It's the same everywhere. But in Hollywood, you see it. You celebrate it. You meme it. Which brings us to the big question. So, is it ruining Hollywood? Depends on what you think Hollywood is. If you think it's a pure meritocracy where the most talented rise to the top, then yeah, it's broken. But if you see Hollywood for what it actually is, a business that sells fantasy, that runs on connections, then nepotism isn't a bug, it's a feature. Think about it. Audiences love legacy. They love seeing the next generation. Luke Skywalker's daughter? Yes, please. Rocky's son? Sign me up. Will Smith's kid saving the world? Of course. It's comforting, it's familiar, it's marketable. And let's not pretend this is new. In the 1950s, Liza Minnelli didn't audition for Cabaret. She's Judy Garland's daughter. In the 1990s, Jack Nicholson's kids got calls no one else did. It's always been like this. The only difference? Now we talk about it. Thanks to social media. Thanks to Gen Z calling it out. We're holding Hollywood's feet to the fire. And that's progress. So, is nepotism ruining Hollywood? No. But is it exposing how fake the American dream narrative is in Tinseltown? Absolutely. And maybe that's a good thing. Look, nepotism isn't going anywhere. Hollywood thrives on it, but that doesn't mean we have to accept it blindly. Celebrate talent, no matter the last name. Call out lazy casting, even if it's someone's kid. Support rising stars without famous parents. And most importantly, don't let the system make you cynical. There are still underdogs breaking through. There are still stories worth telling. Hollywood's not broken, it's just human, flawed, connected, complicated. And honestly, that's what makes it so fascinating. If this video opened your eyes, smash that like button. Not for me, for everyone who's tired of the same last names dominating the screen. Subscribe if you want more real talk about Hollywood. No filters, no fluff. Drop a comment below. Who's a Nepo baby you think actually earned it, and who maybe didn't? I read every single one. And hey, if you're new here, welcome. You're not late, you're right on time. Stay curious, stay skeptical, and I'll see you in the next video.